Middle-Earth-A-Thon is back. If you didn't see my announcement video that went up on Wednesday, then we have the Middle-Earth-A-Thon back this year, running from the 24th of August until the 31st, but we also have a read-along. So that then starts on the 1st of September. All of the details and everything like that are in Wednesday's video, so please do go check that one out. This video is purely for book recommendations. So I am Team Samwise, and we have 3 different prompts to fulfill. Now I will say you can mix and match all of these. You can do prompts from any character, from any channel, and if you can manage to get one book to fill in every prompt you want to do, go for it. Any book, all the prompts, anything. It all goes, it's all fine. This is supposed to be fun and just for enjoying Lord of the Rings. So that's what we're doing here, and I have 3 different prompts as Samwise. I really should have just had potatoes scattered around me while I did this. Oh well. So my first prompt is one that a few of us are doing, and that is a short book, because of course they are hobbits. So this is a nice easy one, and it can be whatever counts as a short book for you. If you usually read 700-page tomes, then a 300-page book is a short book. But if you usually read 300 pages, find something like 50 and go for that. So this is a nice and easy one. And then for Samwise, what else could I do other than a book that has food in the title or on the cover? Again, you can stretch this as far or as close as you need to. I personally do not have many books on my shelves, let alone my TBR, that have any sort of food in them. I got a big stack because I was struggling, so I thought I would show you these and go through them and give you some ideas. Some of them are quite obvious, like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory by Roald Dahl, chocolate. So Long and Thanks for All the Fish by Douglas Adams. Legends and Lattes by Travis Baldry. I'm aware latte is a drink, but I'm counting it. Just run with it, okay? Do you want to do the challenge or not? One that's stretching it, but technically The Hunger Games, because hunger. I haven't actually cleared that with Lizzie, who's running the readathon, but I think it counts. And that's the vibe we're going for. Another beverage-based one, Can't Spell Treason Without a T, before the coffee gets cold. This is where we start to go a bit mad. Alice by Christina Henry. That has a rabbit on the cover. Some people eat rabbit. It gets worse. I have one here that I don't think anyone heard of, but I might read, and that is The Bitter Trade by Piers Alexander. This obviously has coffee on the cover. This one, The Secret World of Weather by Tristan Gooley, has cows and berries, and people eat both cows and berries. Triflers need not apply. This has a tin of condensed milk in the corner here on one of the newspapers, and therefore could count for this challenge. What the River Knows by Isabel Ibanez has crocodiles. Some people eat crocodiles. Voyage of the Damned by Frances White has a fish. Now I'm aware that most of the fish has already been eaten, but I feel like that's semantics. And then, if worst comes to worst, you really can't find anything like that at all. Whilst it's not encouraged as an actual activity, some people are cannibals, so people on the cover. What I'm saying is you can go desperate with this, okay? It doesn't need to be like there's an apple on the cover of the book, although there are lots of books with apples on the cover, for example, Twilight. So you can do that if you can find it, but if your shelves do not have those sorts of books, as mine do not, then here are some workarounds for you that will hopefully have given you some inspiration for your own workarounds on your own shelves. And then my final prompt as Samwise is strong familial bonds. Sam does this out of like the found family that comes along with Frodo and everyone. However, he also is really devoted to his family. So this can be found family or it can be real family. One book that I'm actually reading in July, so I won't be able to use this for Middle-Earth-A-Thon, but that is Kings of the Wild by Nicholas Ames. This has a group of mercenaries who are a found family, but they are also coming back together after many years of retirement to help save one of their members' daughters. Real family. So there we go, this one would work for that. Then you have some of the obvious found family with Six of Crows, as well as blood-related family like the Pevensies in the Narnia series. If you're not entirely sure as to whether a book that you want to read is found family, you usually can find that information online, but also, for example, Chilling Effect by Valerie Valdez. It has a crew that is working together in space and things go wrong. Usually, especially with a cover like this, the crew will end up being like a found family, and they are. This one would count. Whereas Mortal Coil actually has a girl and her father So real family. I feel like found family or real family is a much easier prompt to do because books will often mention parents, siblings, children in their synopses if they are important to the story. So lots of different options for you folks there. Like I said at the beginning, the readathon starts on the 24th of August and you can see all of the details in the video that I put up on Wednesday. It's also linked in the description below. I will also be linking all of the wonderful folks who are taking part in Middle-Earth-A-Thon. So we have, of course, Bombadil's Bookish Things, Lizzie, who is hosting. We have Hannah from Letter M, we have Hannah from the Bookworm's Feast, and we have Celine from Stuff Celine Reads. I am so excited to be working alongside all of these wonderful people and very excited to actually, with the read-along, get into Lord of the Rings because I have only read The Hobbit and The Fellowship. So I really do need to reread those to kind of get them lodged back in my brain and then also carry on and finish out Lord of the Rings. Please do let me know down below what prompts you're going to be using for Middle-Earth-A-Thon, whether it's from my prompts and if you're going to be part of Team Samwise, or if you're going to go with one of the others. I hope you folks have such a fantastic time with the Middle-Earth-A-Thon. We are all so excited for it, and we will see you in August. Bye!